Hello dear students, and in the last class we have discussed about the physical quantities and what are the units of the physical quantities and system of the international physical quantities. Okay, the system of SI units we have discussed last class. What are those physical quantities and fundamental units, derived units and system of international units, that is nothing but SI units. Okay, so today we are dealing with the measurement of the length. Okay, we know that what are the units of the length and what are the units of the mass and luminous intensity and time. Okay, we discussed about that one. So how we want to measure, how we are going to measure, by using the what instruments. Okay, first we deal with the measurement of time. Okay, measurement of time. In measurement of time, let us consider this scale. This is a meter scale. Okay, this is a meter scale. So what is the minimum distance we can measure by using this scale? What are the minimum distance we are able to measure by this meter scale? Nothing but the 10 lines are there for 1 centimeter. Then first line, from 0 to first line, the distance is nothing but 0.1 centimeter. What is that? 0.1 centimeter. So in meter scale, meter rod capacity is 0.1 centimeter, and there are few more instruments to measure. What are those? Nothing but vernier caliper. Vernier calipers, nothing but vernier caliper capacity is 0.01 centimeter. Vernier caliper, this is the instrument measure used for vernier caliper. And third one is screw gauge. Screw gauge, its capacity is 0.001 centimeter. Nothing but, this is nothing but what is this income? Meter. In case of meter, it comes as 10 to the power minus 3 meter, 10 to the power minus 4 meter and 10 to the power minus 5 meter. These are the capacity, or these are the least distances we can measure by using the meter scale is 10 to the power minus 3, vernier caliper 10 to the power minus 4 meter and screw gauge 10 to the power minus 5 meter. So these are the least distance we can measure by using these instruments. And now let us consider this book. I want to calculate the thickness of one page, thickness of one page, thickness of only one page. I want to calculate the thickness of one page only. Okay, I want to calculate thickness of one page. So if I want to find the thickness of one page, it is impossible to find the thickness of one page by using these instruments. Okay, it's not possible, it's somewhat difficult. What we do? So we consider this entire book without considering the cover page. Okay, we want to find the thickness of this one by using the scale or say anything. We want to find the thickness of this thing, and then we know the number of pages present in this book. Okay, the number of pages present in this book is nothing but there are consider 1000 pages are in this book. Okay, 1000 pages are in this book. Okay, so 1000 pages. So we want to find the thickness of only one page. Okay, so what is the thickness of this book divided by 1000 pages? Okay, then we will get the thickness of one page, thickness of one page. This is how we measure the thickness of. This is nothing but the indirect method to measure the thickness of the page. Indirect method. This is, we are not calculating directly the thickness of page. Okay, we are indirectly calculating the thickness of page here. Similarly, behind these limits, there are so many distances we want to measure. So the distance between the stars and distance between the sun and earth, the moon, okay, the distance between the all the planets we want to measure, and we also want to measure the what is the small distances, like what is the size of the nucleus and what is the size of the atom, and very small distance we are also going to measure what is the size of the bacteria, something like this we want to measure. That all are behind this one. So for that one we use the indirect method. These are what? Direct methods. Direct method, we physically measure this one, so this one is called direct method. So the next one is indirect method. Direct method. So this is for all length, measurement of length. In measurement of length we are using indirect method. So in indirect method we deal with only two methods. Okay, indirect method we deal with two methods. First one is parallax method. Parallax method. Okay, what do you mean by parallax method? So okay, parallax method is the method used to find the distance between the planets and stars. Okay, parallax method is nothing but it is the method of measuring, the indirect method of measuring the length between the distance of planets and stars. Okay, indirect method to measure the distance between the planets and stars. What if you are asked to write what is parallax method, you want to write this one. Okay, so next we deal with definition. Okay, this is a very important one, so keep in mind. In parallax method, let's consider this one. This one is O theta L R yes. Okay, what is parallax method? If you asked what is parallax method, so for what purpose parallax method is used, you want to write the definition I said before, and if you asked to write what is parallax method, so consider this pen. Okay, take a pen, and now you take a pen, take a pen and keep this is in front of your eyes. Okay, keep this is in front of your eyes, and first close one eye, left eye, and open right eye. Okay, then open right eyes and close left eye. Okay, fine. Then you will find the relative shifting of the pen. So relative shifting of the pen with respect to the background. Okay, and don't do this experiment in public. Okay, you will be beat by the public. Don't do this experiment in public. So first what you want to do, so keep the pen in front of your eyes and close one eye and open another eyes. You will find the relative shifting of this pen with respect to the background. You want to compare with the background. Okay, when you open both the eyes, the pen will looks only one, and it will come in the average distance. It will look like in average distance. If you close one eye and open another eye, and it will come to know that there is a relative shifting in the position of the pen. Okay, there is a relative shifting in the position of the pen. So that is nothing but parallax. Okay, that is nothing but parallax. Fine. So see here, what parallax, and this is a left eye, this is a right eye. Okay, consider this as the object. Fine, this is an object. So the distance between the points of the observation is called the basis. Okay, the distance between the points of the observations is called basis. Fine, the distance between the points of the observation is called basis, and then this is the distance. Yes, we want to find. This is the distance we want to find. Okay, fine. Then how we want to define this one? So let's see that one. Second. Okay, there is another definition, parallactic angle. Parallactic angle, fine. Parallactic angle. What do you mean by parallactic angle? The angle subtended by the basis at the object is called parallactic angle. The angle subtended by the basis of the object, okay. The angle subtended by the basis of the object is called parallactic angle. This theta is nothing but parallactic angle. Okay, fine. This angle, the angle subtended by the basis of the object is nothing but parallactic angle, fine. So there is a, what do you mean by parallactic angle is given by, here we considered theta as a parallactic angle, length of arc divided by radius is given by, length of the arc is nothing but b, okay, b, and radius is s. So theta equal to, so we want to find s, the distance, okay. So b by theta. This is the parallax method to find the distance between the stars by using this one. So the next method is echo method. The next method is echo method. This one is first method. This one is echo method. So the name itself indicates what is echo method, okay. The name itself indicates what is echo method, fine. The name itself indicates what is echo method. Echo means the reflection of the sound we created, fine. The reflection of the disturbance or waves getting back, that is nothing but echo. In Gol Gumbaz, if you shout at once, you will listen it back 7 times, that is echoing, okay. In Gol Gumbaz, inside of Gol Gumbaz, if you shout once, it will give back you 7 echoes, okay, 7 echoes, 7 times it echoes back to you, it reflects back to you, fine. Echo method is nothing but, echo method is finding the distance between the objects by using the repetitive reflection of the sound, fine. Echo method is nothing but, echo method is used to find the distance between the objects by using the repetition of the reflection of the sound, repetitive reflection of the sound, fine. This is the definition of echo method. So how we want to find that one? So there is a very important formula. So that it is basic for you, but you are going to use further in any stream you go, you are going to use it further. It is nothing but velocity or nothing but speed. We will take speed. Speed is equal to distance by time, fine. Distance by time. So we want to find the distance. So we are measuring the length, okay. So distance is equal to speed into time. Distance is equal to speed into time. So now I am here. There is a Ramtirth mountain, Ramtirth Gudda here, okay, Ramtirth Gudda. So there is a mountain in front of me, which is, I don't know the distance between me, I and that mountain, okay. So I want to find the distance between that mountain and the person standing here, that's me. Okay. Now how I want to calculate that one? So we already know that from the noun sources that what is the speed of the sound in air. The speed of the sound in air is nothing but speed of the sound in air 330 meter per second. Fine. 330 meter per second, that is the speed of the sound in air. So I know the from the noun sources I know the what is the speed of the sound in air. So now I shout the gunfire here, standing here, shout the gunfire here. So the bullet goes, when the gun is shout from the gunfire, from the gun, I hear the sound. Okay, I hear the sound first. So simultaneously I start the stopwatch. Simultaneously I start the stopwatch. When I hear the sound, I simultaneously start the stopwatch. Then that sound goes to the mountain and hits to the mountain, and that hitted sound comes back to me. When that reaches to me, I stop the clock. Okay, I stop the clock. Fine, I stop the clock. So now I get the time taken by the sound to reach that mountain and come back to me. Okay, I got the time taken by the sound to reach the mountain and came back to me. Fine. Then I know the velocity of the sound in air. So now I can calculate the distance between the person standing here and that mountain. That is nothing but I know the speed of the sound. What is the speed of the sound? 330 meter per second, and time taken by the sound to reach that mountain and come back to me. That should reach again to me. Okay, that come back to me and reaches me. So when I hear that sound, I stopwatch. I got that time is 3 seconds. Consider 3 seconds. In 3 seconds, that mountain goes to that sound goes to the mountain and hitted the mountain and came back to me. Okay, fine. So here it is. What is that? 990 meter. So distance 990 meter. So please listen here. What I am calculating here, the distance between the person and the mountain. Okay, but here the sound hitted the mountain and came back. Okay, the sound hitted the mountain and came back. We have calculated the two distances 2 times. Okay, that hitted once and came back to me. So the sound traveled twice the path. That sound travels twice the path. So we want only distance between the person and the mountain. So we want to divide it by 2. Fine, to divide it by 2. So what is the distance? We will get the distance. Fine, here get the distance in meter. Okay, this is the distance between the person and the mountain. This is also indirect method. It is nothing but echo method. Fine. So what we have get here, distance is equal to velocity into time by 2. Fine. So this is the formula we are using in echo method. Fine. This is the formula we are using in echo method. I think this is clear. So next we go for there are some practical units present in the measurement of the length. There are some practical units we are using in the physics, also in everyday life. Fine. So what let's see what are the practical units we are using in our day-to-day life and in our life. Okay. So in our physics, right? Let's see what are those. So you know the range of variations of the length. The limit size of proton is 10 to the power minus 15, means 1 Fermi, and the maximum distance is distance to the boundary of observable universe, means the distance between the observable universe, means the universe which we can observe, which we can see, that is 10 to the power 26 meter. 10 to the power 26 meter. There is a range. The maximum range is 10 to the power 26 and minimum range is Fermi. So this is the range of variation of the length. And now we can see so other practical units of the length. So practical units of the length. Practical units of the length. practical units of length. Let's see one by one. Okay, so the first is, if we are dealing with the units length, there is a maximum and minimum. So first we can study for large distances. Okay, for large distances, first one is astronomical unit. Astronomical unit by, so astronomical unit, I think you have heard it before this class. We have also, you have already heard this unit, astronomical unit. So astronomical units means in the name astronomy, so astronomy is there, so it must be a interstellar distance. Fine, it must be interstellar distance. Fine. Okay, so the astronomical unit means the average distance between the earth and the sun. Means consider this as a sun. Okay, sun, earth. Fine. It is the average distance. 1 AU is nothing but average distance. Astronomical unit is average distance between the sun and the earth. Fine, got the idea? It is the average distance between sun and the earth. 33. Okay, the next, what is 1 astronomical units equal to in meters? 1 astronomical unit is equal to 1.496 into 10 to the power 11 meter, approximately 1.5 into 10 to the power 5 meter. So why we use approximate, we will discuss in our further class, because if the term very near the term which is greater than 5 here and it is less than, so we make it a rounding figure. We make it rounding figure 5 and this is approximate. Okay, approximately. Fine. The next unit is light year. So you may ask in the exam for 1 mark or 2 mark. So what is astronomical unit and define and write the value. So remember and pay attention. Light year is denoted as Ly. Fine. This is the symbol in what I am writing in the bracket. It is the symbol. Fine. It is the symbol. It is U. Ly, small l, small y is the symbol of light year, and the 1 light year is nothing but the distance. So please keep attention here. So please keep attention. Here is a light year. Fine. Light year. So this is the unit of distance. Keep in mind, this is a unit of distance. Fine. It is unit of length. 1 light year is nothing but the distance travelled by the light in 1 year. Fine. The distance travelled by the light in vacuum in 1 year is called light year. Fine. So what is 1 light year? 1 light year is nothing but, so what is the distance of speed of the light? 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. Okay, then 1 year into 1 year. So we want to convert 1 year into seconds unit. Fine. So how we can do that? 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. So 1 year means 365 days, 24 hours, 60 minutes, 60 seconds. Fine. So at last we get 9.46 into 10 to the power 15 meter. 1 light year is this one. Fine. 1 light year is this one. Then another very important one is parsec. parsec. Okay. So another important thing is parsec. Okay. So how you want to define parsec? So it is the distance at which an arc of length equal to, it is the distance, it is a distance at which one arc of length is equal to 1 astronomical unit, fine, and it is subtended by the angle 1 second, fine, subtended by the angle 1 second. His distance is nothing but parsec. Okay. So pay attention here, please. So consider this as the earth, sun, and this sun, earth. 1 parsec is the distance travelled by which the angle subtended is, the arc of the length is 1 astronomical unit and the angle subtended is 1 minute. So in representing the degree is represented at 0. Okay. If consider this is a 50 degree and also a 60 minutes means 50 degree and 12 minute and 30 seconds means double 1. Okay. So this is a representation of the angle degree, fine. This is the degree, this is the minute and this is the second representation, fine. So clear what is the parsec? You may ask in the exam, define parsec or define parallactic second. This is also called as the parallactic second. Parallactic second. Don't get confused because it is a second means not a unit of time. If the second came not the unit of time, parallactic second means it is a unit of distance. So you have to remember like this, parallactic second means the angle subtended is 1 second. So parallactic second, the angle subtended is 1 second, fine. So this is parallactic angle. So let us define this one. Theta is equal to arc by r, then is equal to arc by theta, fine. This is the distance travelled, fine. Is it clear? So 1 parsec is nothing but 1 parsec is equal to 1 astronomical unit divided by 1 second, fine, is equal to 3.08 into 10 to the power 16 meter. So keep this one in mind. It is a very important term to be remembered, fine. 1 second is equal to that one. Okay. Now consider for the small distances, for small measurement, small measurement means first one is considered as a micron. Okay. Micron means micrometer, 10 to the power minus 6 meter, and nanometer. Nanometer means nm 10 to the power minus 9 meter. I already discussed the what are the prefixes used before the SI unit. So there micro is also came, nano is also came. So next one is Armstrong unit. So this is a very important one, angstrom. Armstrong unit means this is nothing but 10 to the power minus 10 meter. 1 Armstrong is equal to 10 to the power minus 10 meter. So this is very important one to be remembered, fine. 1 Armstrong unit is 10 to the power minus 10 meter. So always remember that 0, that a superscript must be written exactly above on the A, fine, not adjacent to the A, fine, not adjacent to the A. Don't write 0 here, fine, write exactly above to the A, fine. So 1 angstrom unit equal to 10 to the power minus 9, and femto if m2 is nothing but 10 to the power minus 15 meter, m2 meter means 10 to the power minus 15 meter. So, this completes the lecture 3, and I have already discussed that. So, first you have to study from now only. If you have not started, so start studying from today only. First you have to collect the syllabus copy, then collect the minimum 10 question papers from the previous year and also model question papers. You have to collect minimum 10 question papers and then you want to study. Okay. So, first you have to see the syllabus, what is the syllabus, then next you have to analyze the question papers, what type of questions will be coming from this chapter and how I want to prepare for this one. So, you should also want to keep this in mind. Fine. So, if anything you want and any improvement or any notes you want, so you can also put on a comment, and you also want to keep attendance on YouTube comments. Okay, you want to comment on the YouTube video your name, fine, your name you should write from this class. So, you want to write your name in the YouTube comment box while watching it, then only I will come to know that you are watching this video and writing the notes. So, writing the notes is compulsory. So, you want to make separate book and you want to write this all the notes what I am sending, and if I am not sending the notes you want to write it from the my class video classroom, fine. So, if anything you need and any study materials you need, any coaching class materials or anything, so there is a lot of websites which provides you very lot materials to for the preparation of the any exams, and there is a flashcards and the mind map. You want to take all this, and if any doubts you came, you can WhatsApp me on the my number that is in the group. So, today I am sending this class. So, take care. So, have a